At She Can, we tell women's stories. We show the journeys of how they got to where they are today. And I'm really excited to welcome Tracy McInerney today. Tracy, welcome to She Can. You're a creative, intellectual, and abstract thinker with a decorated background in the corporate world. And you decided to get out and be the founder and CEO of Autumn Whisper, the first voice gifting app. You're forging a legacy of connection and comfort for people around the world with this app. You realize the importance of human connections and shared histories, and it will help people preserve their loved ones' voices and private memories, which is such a special thing to do. You have these unique memories for loved ones. Tell us a little bit more about you and Autumn Whispers.
Oh, thank you, Stephanie, and thank you to She Can for having me. I suppose, we talked earlier a little bit about how I got on this journey, and I think COVID was one of the big resetters for the whole of the world. And for me, one of the things that I really missed was my mother's voice when I lost her. I lost my mum from breast cancer, and it had a profound impact on me. And also through the grieving process, I would ring her and I missed her voice. So during COVID, I kind of had a real rethink, what am I going to do for the next part of the journey? And one of the things I thought about was, I don't have enough messages from my mom. I don't have her voice. I have photos, I have different things, but I don't have that from her. And my aunt had actually sent me a CD in 2019, and she'd found this old CD with my mum's voice and a recording from a local radio station, actually. And it was my mum giving a shout out to me saying, "Hi, Tracy." And I hadn't heard her voice in like 14 years when I got this, right? So it was such an amazing gift. And I thought, voice is our own, it's so unique. Babies can hear your mum's voice in the womb. So for us, it's super connective. You can't fake who you are. So I wanted to create a really private hub where people can leave their funny stories, their in-jokes, their family, recipes, sing, whatever is, really important to you and your family that you want to keep safe and private. So it's been an incredible journey. I've met so many incredible women founders and male founders, people coming up with really innovative solutions and things. So it's been obviously I've had challenges like everybody, but I do feel that Autumn Whispers, like you said, can bring a lot of joy and comfort. I want my great granddaughter to hear my voice about me, why I started, why I wanted to become an entrepreneur and give back and give that legacy. Because being successful in corporate is great, but it's not, you need something, I think, more, something that is authentic to you and makes you want to get up in the day and do something different.
Tracy, I'm so interested to know, you've been alluding to it. What are your challenges and pitfalls right now, being part of the tech world, doing something that you really believe in? How do you overcome those challenges and pitfalls, and what are they?
I really think the main thing to overcome some of the challenges is the team around you. Right. So we cannot do this on our own. I'm the visionary. I have an idea, but I have met some really awesome people to kind of pull around me for technical expertise, for marketing expertise, the people who know all of that. The one thing as a founder, whether it's female or male, you're expected to know a lot about everything, right? And you're not going to have that experience. And because I come out of a very large corporate with lots of departments that you can lean on, you don't have that as an entrepreneur. So you have to go out there and hustle and find it. You have to find your team and the people that you will see the vision will come along, because like startups are scrappy and they're not super organized, and at the very beginning you're figuring it out and you're trying to stay authentic. And I think that is one of the things that where I found people have come on board and done like bits of the project, and then maybe they're not still coming along with us. But at certain points of the project, you need as well different expertise. So when you're starting and you're looking at design, UX, UI flows, and a lot of that kind of technical development, you need that. But then as you move through, you need more of, well, what's this going to look like? So you need the marketing. So you've all those different things that you pull in. But I suppose drawing on my experience, because I'd worked within finance, within marketing, within operations mainly. So I had a lot of experience that I was able to draw on to be able, and obviously ex headhunting and recruitment. So I could find those people. And I think the key to success for people, obviously execute, right? People can talk about, I had a vision. I thought about that as well. Executing is key. You'll hear that all the time during your journey. And I definitely think finding the right team and the right strengths at the right time. It's almost like mixing a really good recipe or a good cake. Out of that comes, you have to put a lot of the good stuff in there.
What about the financial journey of Autumn Whispers, Tracy? How did you organize that? Have you organized that? What were your challenges there? Because as women, we only get less than 2% of VC money, and it's often men that we present to. And so I think women founders have lots of challenges on that front.
Yeah, and I was actually really, really shocked because coming from like out of recruitment, it's quite female focused because women generally are good at interviewing, they're generally good at finding, it's a bit of a social type of thing. But then again, on boards, there's so many men. And like you said, you're pitching to VCs, angel investment, it's generally men. So you do have to kind of tailor your business that will speak to them. So obviously your financials have to be super strong. I think the big challenge is getting that first kind of funding in. So I'm networked in with the ecosystem in Ireland. We have Enterprise Ireland, which helps with early funding. So early feasibility studies, if you can come to them with a good plan and say, like, this is what I need to do some research on, they will help with some of your funding. Now, there's a lot of things, forms you have to fill in, lots of things, lots of hoops, jumping and all of that to get through. But I found that was my first port of call. And because I'm Irish and that whole system, that ecosystem is quite supportive, I found them to be the very first go-to. And then after that, as you go down your journey and I developed an MVP, and then the MVP, I was able to show that. So there are definitely different steps along the way. Through my networks, I had, angel investors and VCs and things like that. And I did a lot of networking. You're going to have to network your pants off, basically, to find the people that are going to be interested in you, that will think that you have what it takes to take this through to the end. Because, with the VCs and even the early angel investors, they want to see that you have the resilience and the strength to take you to the end of this. So I will tell anybody out there, it's not easy, it's super tough, but super rewarding when things start, when you get that moment where you get that first feasibility grant, or you get that first money coming in, or you validate the product, or there's all these cool moments that you kind of think, wow, I'm on the right path, I'm on the right track, I just need to keep going, don't give up. And you will hit lots of blockers, lots everywhere. But if you truly believe in your vision and you truly believe that there is a need for something, a product like this, and I do believe that, I believe that a legacy product like this that will bring so much comfort, it will not replace the grieving process, but it will 100% help it. You will have those, you can send on messages up to 99 years. So I can send a message to my son when he's 60. Obviously, I'm not going to be here at that point. But, there's all of these things that I think we can help and nurture and encourage even when we're gone. And that I know is a little bit scary. And there is that educational piece for people. We're not creating anything fake. We're not creating anything that isn't, if the person hasn't taken the time to create these little digital bubbles and capsules, then we're not making anything that's inauthentic and fake. Everything that goes into the Autumn Whisperers app it will be authentic. And we've created the app so that it's not time consuming. So it's like any of the, say, meditation apps. You take your time, you do maybe 10 minutes, 2 minutes, you create your bubbles in your own time. And I think that's going to be the key to the success of the whole product, because there are things out there that just haven't been able to kind of capture people's imagination and engage them to be able to do what we need them to do.
Tracy, you're really going against the grain or the trend of the moment with AI, and you're really doing something that's going to be 100% authentic. Tell us a little bit more about that, going in the tech world against the trend. That must be quite something. And also, where are you at with your product right now?
So basically, going against the trend, I don't think we're actually going, full against them. But you've got to remember, right? There's a lot of guys out there building tech, and they are not speaking to females. They're not speaking to my target audience. They're not speaking to people. They're thinking, I had a call this morning actually with an AI guy, and he was saying, oh, we could, create this and it's going to do all this. And I'm like, yeah, but it's fake. And we don't do fake at Autumn Whispers. We do real here. And he was shocked because he thought he was, I was going to be this easy sell. This is going to be amazing. We can create something out of some of the content that you will have. And 100%, I said no. I was like, no. But again, it's from a male perspective. So we know males and females think totally differently. And I think that's why a product like this hasn't hit the market, because they haven't been able to understand what the real need for something like this is and looks like. And that is only in my head, in the vision, in what we can do. And most females that I speak to, takes me 2 seconds and they get it. They're like, yes, 100%. So I think going against the grain, yeah, might seem a bit scary, but when you know that that's the right thing to do, I think you just have to go with it. Because we could easily, like, they talk about pivoting all the time, pivot into this and pivot into that. And we could easily pivot into AI, but I don't want to do that. I've spent time and energy researching this and making sure that we're doing it correctly. We're probably 85% complete. It's just the last little area that we need to do a little bit of work on. And like that, every entrepreneur wants everything to be perfect. And I know it can't be perfect at the beginning, but I don't want to release something that I don't feel is going to engage and people will love and value. There's no point just, I've seen people do it. And actually in the early days, other people have come out with other products because they heard me talking and they were like, oh, we'll get to this faster. And they actually launched something and it was more about, oh, here's a bit of storage, pop your stuff in there. That is not going to excite anybody. Or it's not just about storage and buying storage. Anybody can buy extra storage for their phone, and so this is not what we're doing. And but we are very, very close, which is really exciting. And I've been talking to some amazing investors in the US. I've been talking to amazing investors in the UK. Obviously, tech is expensive, and to build it, maintain it, and all of the other good things around it, you do need investment. So we're always looking for like early investment or people that want to come in, but people that are on the same page, have the same vision, and don't want to change things too much. I think that's one of the big things. I want to keep, I suppose, all entrepreneurs a bit of a control freak at points, but because I know that this is so important to me and deeply ingrained and embedded in, I think this is my path. This is one of the things I know that I'm here for now. So not, being too woo because everybody will be like, oh God, but I do feel I get up every day and I'm excited about this. I'm excited where this journey. And when I speak to people and they tell me their stories, Stephanie, like I'm telling you mine, it's so amazing. Some of the you hear the most amazing stories about people, and also people who have lost things. Like, one of my friends, her friend actually had written 18 letters to her daughter, like
Mm,
for each
mm.
birthday.
Yeah.
And they had moved around so many times. And then her mum, obviously her mum passed, but then the letters got lost. So though her mum took the time to create those for her, but they ended up getting lost. So I think if she had those now, it would be amazing. But with Ocean Whispers, she wouldn't lose them because they would be in the cloud in a safe, encrypted. And one of the other things that has slowed us is the encryption, making sure that the security is pretty high. Because obviously, if you want to put your secrets or your family information in there, you really need to make sure that it's secure and encrypted.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. No, I'm very excited by it, Tracy, because I think this isn't I mean, it's a beautiful voice gifting app. It'll be so revolutionary, but it's also really for mental well-being and mental health for all. So I feel that really sits in the wider area of mental health slash wellness startups, because that's what it will do. It will give so much comfort.
Oh, 100%, because one of the biggest things is you do miss your mom's voice. You want to hear your mom's voice. Who else can comfort you more than your mom? And I know, not everybody gets on with their parents, but there's somebody in your life that you want to hear their voice again. You want to
Yeah.
hear that. And also on the, within the app, you can put other things in. You can put video, you can put in photos and documents and things like that. But we're leading with voice because I think the voice is the key ingredient to make the person that is making you authentic. It's you. Nobody can create, well, they can create synthetic sounds of you. But I think, when you pick up the phone and you speak to somebody, straight away you recognize them. So there's
Yeah.
that. And I think that's why we wanted to lead with the audio. And I think it's very important to us.
Yeah. Tracy, so what qualities do you think you have that make you successful with that serve you every day on this entrepreneur journey?
I definitely think resilience. You have to be resilient. You have to be able to be turned down. Lots of no's, lots of no, you can't do it. And you do need determination and strength. But I feel, women, we have that in buckets. We're out there, we're doing what we need to do, we're juggling 100 things. So being a female actually has given me all of these different attributes that I think has helped. I think being able to talk to people as well, and I suppose get my vision across. And I think that's important as well as on the journey. You need to be able to explain what it is you're trying to do pretty easily.
Tracy, so do you want to give us some top tips for women entrepreneurs that are early on in their journey? How can they really get those ingredients that you need for the beginning to be successful?
I think be brave. Don't compromise on what you want to do. So if you have an idea, you have a vision, stick to your guns, because females, we tend to get thrown off track a lot with, if like that, if a VC comes in and they're trying to push you in a direction, I definitely think you need to stand your ground. I think you need to like I said, hustle, network, speak to everybody. Don't be afraid to go out there and put yourself out there, and don't be afraid to make mistakes, right? Everybody does it. I've done it to get where you're going, because somebody once said to me, you don't win and lose, you win and learn. And that is so true. You do. You look back after, and there's been times where you're in tears going, oh my goodness, this has happened. But you look back and think, oh, but I learned from that. And now I'm in a better position. And I think that's the true entrepreneur, and you will get there in the end, I think.
Thank you, Tracy. So, what are you most proud of to date?
Oh my goodness. My son, probably giving birth, bringing him along on this journey with me. It's been tough, juggling with him and both of us. And he's studying to be like a lawyer. So that's been one of those things where there's been a lot of juggling. I've also designed and built my own house, which I've been really lucky to do. In Ireland, we do that a lot. And anything that I love building, creating, anything like that, really.
Tracy, so tell us when your launch date is. What are your plans and goals for the next years?
So we have a really exciting launch coming. Will be summer 2024 with the app. We've got some really exciting collaborations that we're talking to people about that's coming. So I think 2024 to 2025 is going to be a really big year, doing kind of, deals, getting our app out there, building traction, doing some PR, going to events, talking to people, and capturing people's stories if they, because there is an element of collaboration within the app. There's an area where people can collaborate if they wish, or we're going to things like wedding fairs and best men, talking about best men speeches, and we've so many fun ideas. So I can see 2024 going to be really, really busy for us.
Yeah, I can see that. Tracy, so who are your role models? Who are you inspired and motivated by to keep going?
Wow. I definitely would say my mom inspired me an awful lot, and my dad, and they gave me a lot of, I suppose, courage to do always be true to myself and do what I need to do. I suppose out in the wider world, I love people like Dolly Parton, actually, because I find that she's a force of nature, and she's like, so she's stuck to her guns. She's true to herself. I love her music, and I just think she's a powerhouse, and she's done some amazing things with her book, with her book club for kids, and she's just amazing. And I think we need more people like that. We need women out there talking about their stories and not being afraid, and not being kind of letting guys get all the time, or the news time or whatever.
Yeah, that's why we're here. Tracy, thank you so much for your time, for telling your story. We're so excited by Autumn Whispers and wish you all the best of luck and can't wait to hear more.
Brilliant. Thank you, Stephanie. Thanks, Shikan.